Demystifying hypotactic and paratactic clauses, unlock the secrets of sentence meaning. Both hypotactic and paratactic clauses are the systemic functional grammar variants of sentences. That is, what traditional grammar considers to be compound and complex sentences is what SFG considers paratactic and hypotactic clauses. Since SFG considers the clause to be the peak of grammatical units, hence, the term clause complex for elements with more than one clause, both hypotactic and paratactic clauses are considered clause complexes. And the differences that exist them will be revealed in the foregoing sections. Hypotactic clauses. Hypotactic clause complex is the traditional grammar equivalent of a complex sentence. This clause is easier to determine based on the first four letters of its title, hypo, which could be viewed as a shortened spelling of hypothesis. Since hypothesis is an assumption that is verifiable, we can link its meaning to the conditional clause, which is mostly introduced by the conjunction if. For example, if the rain falls, I will stay back. The example above is a clause complex because it has one dependent clause and one independent clause. So hypotactic clause complex refers to structures with at least one beta clause, dependent, and one alpha clause, independent. For example, she stood up when we came in. Before he picked the cup, he asked for absolute silence. The incident took place after he left for Lagos. While searching for food, the dogs found gold. Although he lacks food mannerisms, he looks dashing. So hypotactic clause complexes are structures that are made up of at least one main idea and one or more supporting ideas. They are usually introduced by subordinate conjunctions or subordinate adverbs. For example, because, although, etc., and relative adverbs, for example, when, where, how, etc. The supporting idea, dependent clause, usually gives circumstantial information about the subject, answering questions such as, where, when, how, why, to what extent. Paratactic clauses. Paratactic clause complex, on the other hand, is made up of two or more independent clauses. Being the traditional grammar's equivalent of a compound sentence, a paratactic clause complex can contain two or more main ideas. For example, she cooked the food, and left it open. Jonah brought up the topic, but Shinru ended it abruptly. She is tough, can cook, and eats well too. It is important, but not binding on all. Paratactic clause complexes include two or more independent clauses united by a coordinating conjunction. For example, for, and, but, etc. They are structures that present two or more ideas that are related and relevant to the overall proposition of a clause complex. So the differences between a hypotactic clauses and a paratactic clauses include the following. Hypotactic clauses are made up of one or more independent clauses and one or more dependent clauses, while paratactic clauses are made up of two or more independent clauses. Hypotactic clause complexes are made up of one or more main ideas and one or more supporting ideas, while paratactic clause complexes are made up of two or more related ideas. Hypotactic clauses are introduced by subordinators, while paratactic clauses are introduced by coordinating conjunctions. See you soon.